Oh yeah. Eric EJ, hey, great to see you again for
Week? Games
games
of the
of the
week? What are
week.
we doing? What are we talking about?
Three,
Games.
two,
We're recapping
three.
games of the
Yeah,
week 2, and talking about games of the week 3. Yeah.
correct,
Yeah.
correct. But before we
Yes.
begin, I do have to tell you
Please.
something. So we had a great, great conversation doing a show on Friday where we reviewed like the opinions of the
Yes.
Hive, and I spoke candidly about a number of topics that would have probably upset a
You
number
did.
of
You were in
people.
rare form.
Be, yes, because I know, right? Like I just know. I know things that no one else does. And we were done. And so I'm like, okay, let's get to the editing process. Because I know I'm a YouTube influencer. I know all of these things. And then I'm like, what's wrong? Where's the video? Where's the video? Where's the download? Where's the this? Where's the that? Where's it? What's going on? I go to like my guy's
Yeah.
support,
Okay.
the
Yeah.
technology AI bot
AI
guy.
bot.
Um,
You said, "Do you
yeah.
know who I am?
And
Do you know who I am?"
do you know who
Right.
I am? Would you fix
Right.
this for me? Unfortunately, it dawned on me that it couldn't be fixed because I never hit the
You did
record
not.
button.
I was wondering where that video. I'm like, where's the video? He never posted the video.
What the?
And
What the? I was you know, it's even worse. Even worse. This is sort of how my mind works. I spent like days trying. Since then, I spent like, well, what do I tell Eric? What do I say? Maybe I could say like it was a server problem, and I came back with 50 different reasons why there was
you
no
know, he's going to be
show
disappointed.
to mask
My
the
my
fact.
mom is like, "Where's the show?"
Oh, yeah.
my 85-year-old mom's like,
I
"Where's the show?"
Mrs.
Yeah.
EJ, I am sorry. It is on
Yeah.
me. I did not hit the record button.
Funny.
This time I
Yeah,
did.
I saw the
So
countdown this time. You know
we're
what? Now that you've
live.
mentioned it, thinking back, I didn't see the countdown, so I should have noticed
What an
something. Well,
idiot.
it's actually
I mean,
it's probably better off because, like I said, you were in rare form. I, I think
I was
everybody
in
we
rare
talked to, and
form.
it was kind of an awkward, not awkward, but it was kind of a low key conversation we had. It wasn't as upbeat as
Yeah.
usual, and and
Yeah. That's very true. I think because
you were going off on everybody. Yeah.
everybody, there was no safe. There were no
There
safe
was no.
spaces at
Yeah.
Simple
Now,
Coach HQ. No.
what you missed out on then though is the shout out to your pizza place because we talked about your pizza place, Beniamino's, because we're
Beniamino's,
going to do
the
a
pizza
podcast from there.
place. We're going to do
I'm
a
going to come down to
podcast from there
Montgomery
and
and we're
eat
going to go eat
pizza.
pizza and do a podcast.
How awesome!
I'm on board, dude. I'm totally on board.
I'm on board for that. I'm
It's
okay
an
with
hour and a
that.
half for me. I can do it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not too bad. Where
I'm
are
up
you
in
at? Oh,
I'm
you're
up
in
in North
PA.
Jersey. Yeah, yeah.
Ooh, that's right. That's right. It's worth it. And you know what we could do? Oh, maybe we can coordinate it with a Princeton game.
Ooh, there you go.
You know? I don't know what your
I
weekends
watched the
are.
Princeton women the other day.
At
No, on
Princeton
TV
or on
because they were
TV?
playing UCLA at UCLA, and
Yeah.
I have a friend whose daughter plays for UCLA.
Yeah.
So I watched that. I watched a bit of that game.
I was
Not
on
UCLA, sorry,
Friday.
Miami.
I went.
Miami.
I went to my simple player number 2, and I went to watch them play Rutgers at Princeton.
The guys.
So, guys, Princeton won 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, 3-1.
So the Rutgers coach
good game.
and I used to play soccer club together. So I mean,
Oh,
I haven't
nice.
spoken to him in 30 years, but he and
Yeah.
I were on the same club team.
The
Yeah,
Rutgers
yeah,
coach, the head coach, the guy who was at like
yeah, yeah,
Fordham
yeah, yeah,
or no, where was
yeah.
he? He was at Fordham? Yeah. Okay. I'll shout out next time I see him. EJ
Yeah.
says
He'd be like, "Who?
hello.
Who?
And he'll be like,
Dude,
"What? Get this guy
I was
out of the
18 years
stadium,
old. What are you
please."
talking about? Who's this kid?"
Yeah. Um, okay, where shall we
Oh, I know where you want to
begin?
begin.
I totally know
You want to
where I
begin
want to
with
begin.
how'd this week go?
It went stupendously.
It
How
went
else would it go? There's
stupendously.
no other way it would go.
I am
There's no
well,
other way.
I am I'm actually a little bit surprised at how it went. So you got
As am I.
Oscar Myers 30 with 60 points. Big week. Big week for Oscar
Big, big
Myers
week.
30. He wins the week with she wins the week with 60 points. FC Grizzlies grad, another huge week. He had 40 last week, and this week, what was week 2? Week 55 this week. That's a big week.
Kicking it.
So 60 was the winner, 55 was second. Simple Coach, quiet. Simple Coach with 50 points.
Celebrating. Dog is
The dogs are
celebrating.
celebrating. Simple Coach with 50 points this week.
And let's be clear, not
No,
Bizarro Simple
no. We'll
Coach.
talk about
The
Bizarro
actual
Simple Coach
Simple
in a minute.
Coach. I totally
Yeah.
know what I am doing.
So where did EJ finish though? Did you see?
EJ behind me. It doesn't matter. It does at that point. You're
I
at that
was
point.
I
It's
was
like
5
first
points
last
behind you,
place.
45.
Like
I had a decent week. I had a
this is
decent week,
true.
45 points.
You did, yeah, but you had a decent week last week, so
Yeah.
I'm not like I expect that of you.
And then let's talk about the other the bottom of the barrel here. Cookie 10
with a shocker.
10. You know who's
Cookie with the shocker.
Sierra FD3 Soccer has had 2 crappy weeks. Not good. I mean, they've been around for a long time. I thought they were a player at one point. Huh? This is
They were kind of
I
like
know.
elite of the elite.
And then what happened here?
Not so much anymore. But then let's talk Bizarro Coach.
Simple Coach.
You could not script this any better, I don't think, unless I had 60
Bizarro
points.
Simple Coach 5 points. 5 points.
5. Dead last.
Let's look
Dead
at some of the
last.
other Simple Coaches. The real Simple Coach, 15. And then there's another.
I told you I was onto
Simplest
him.
Coach, 25.
Totally onto
Yeah.
those guys. They were visited, by the way, this week.
Again,
I know from a good,
reliable source. The guy went to go visit him.
Yeah, somebody knocked on their doors.
Nice. I Hate Massey, 40 points. Good week for I Hate Massey. Newcomer.
40 points.
Or at least new name. I don't know.
Hate gets you far.
There
Hate
you
gets
go.
you far.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Some of these guys are kind
Yeah,
of
there's a
new,
bunch
aren't
of new
they?
ones here. So we'll see. The media empire is growing. We had 49 people this week.
That's awesome. Next week we're aiming
We've
for.
never hit 50.
Let's just. We've never hit 50.
We got to get to 50.
Well, then I am just going to say we need one
Well,
more. Of course,
yeah.
I
Right.
double dipped, but I'm going to double dip again because this formula
There you
works
go.
so well.
There you go. So yeah, so I'll post. I'm not going to post a season standings yet. It's too early. It's kind of like there is no national or regional ranking until like week 5, right?
Yeah,
You know,
regional rank.
so I won't.
Yeah. I'm actually thinking the same thing because it's right now I don't have. If I were to do a top 25, I think spots 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 would be empty, and then I would start at 6.
Yeah, seriously, dude.
Because I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure.
Seriously. Oh, and so then the last thing we need to talk about is my hat, because I'm putting call outs for a hat. I need a hat. I told you I need a hat. I didn't
We
get a
need
hat
hat.
except for my neighbor. My neighbor gave me a Boston College hat, so that's what I'm repping today.
Is he the real simple coach or the
The
simplest coach?
realest, simplest coach.
The realist. Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
love the hat. We are still on
yeah.
a mission. As you can see, I'm wearing my
Oh,
D3Soccer.fans
nice.
hat. That was a gift from Simple Player
Very
number
cool.
1 for
Very cool.
Christmas.
Very
Sporting it.
cool.
Can't complain. I am actually going to force the issue of a
Oh,
hat.
okay.
I am going to
Okay.
force the issue of a
Well,
hat
what is it? We got the. Oh, I didn't get it. You got you
because
got
I
the
have such
poster from Hope,
power. If
right?
I
Was it last
say
year? Hope. Yeah,
I got the poster,
yeah,
Hope
yeah. Nice.
poster. Um, I have such power in my YouTube influencing
Just it.
that no one dare say
It's
no.
in my mailbox is going to be a Mount Union Purple People Eaters hat, right? Is that what it's going to be? You're just going to pull one out of the closet, be like,
I'm
"Shut him
just
up!
not.
Here you go."
I'm not saying. I'm not saying a word. I'm not saying
You're
a
going to
word.
make me wear that.
I'm
Oh, that's
not saying
awesome.
a word. Totally, totally,
Fantastic.
totally. What do you? I mean, or an
Ed Amherst
Amherst
hat.
hat.
Yeah.
One or the other.
Nice.
They're not gonna send me
They're
anything. I
definitely
can tell
not
you
going to
that
send you anything,
much.
dude.
They would actually send me things that are dangerous
S-
in the mail if they heard
I know,
last
right?
week's.
So speaking of Amherst, I think it was Amherst. I saw a little bit of that game. Who did they play? Con. Saw a little bit of that game this week, and if
Yeah,
I want to say it was Amherst, but I watched a whole bunch of different games, like bits and pieces of a bunch of different games,
yeah,
so I don't recall. But I think it was
yep,
Amherst. The kickoff,
yeah. The worst play in
launch it out of
soccer
bounds
history.
for a goal kick.
Correct. Correct.
I mean, at least
Worst play in
at
soccer.
least knock it out for like a deep throw. And no, goal kick. I'm just going to launch over the end line.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the worst play in
Oh my god.
soccer ever.
I was like, yeah.
Ever. There's no somebody commented on the video where I said, "Oh, we're I on Exeter I put something like in even Division 1 or somebody, I forget who, does the worst play in soccer, kicking the long ball at a kickoff." And somebody responded, PSG does that, and they get the ball, but they launch it to the
Right,
side for a throw in to
right.
lock it
Deep
in
throwing,
deep and
right, right.
create the pressure.
A goal kick
Right,
is
deep
just
throwing.
okay. Goes back to midfield again. Like you just wasted 2 minutes.
And I was, yeah, and I just responded like, "Oh, really? Are you serious? Is that PSG? Okay, still the worst soccer play
Well, I
in the
understand.
sport, and should be banned. Aside from the other one that I have a
I
pet peeve about."
understand. Launch it into the corner for the deep throw, and then if you're a high pressing team, then you're just going to go press, and that's how you're going to start. I mean, it's not the
Right.
I wouldn't do it, but I get it. It makes sense to an extent. I didn't understand the let me just launch it over the end line for a goal kick. Like if they're not going to build that, if
It
they're
was a
not going to build,
shot.
it's shot
It's now
exactly.
a
If
shot.
they're not going to
It's
build
now
out of the
it's
back,
now a
which
shot.
a lot of those teams don't, if they're not going
Right.
to build out of the back, the goal kick's just going to go back to the midfield again.
Yeah.
And I was like, what
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah. It's doesn't it if you come to my world, it offends.
Yeah,
It
I
just
know,
offends
I
me.
get it. It's
And I know that's a harsh
and
term,
and
but whatever. I might be in a mood, but in a happier mood, but I
and
still
we
might be
talked
in a
about
mood.
this a little bit, and I've mentioned this a couple times. Like, I really just don't like watching the NESCAC games. They're painful for me to watch, which is such a shame because they have so much talent. I mean, those kids are
Talent. Yeah.
so
That's what
good. And if you put them let them play, not just freaking launch balls all game.
I've said that the longest time. Like, if you were to pick all of the conferences to play a certain way, right? Like NESCAC, you could be like, you have such talented players. You
They're
could elevate the game to quite a level. And there are some who are worse than others who shall remain nameless, but they're prehistoric elephants, um, who who do that It took you a
It did.
while.
I was thinking like Trinity, like what prehistoric elephant?
um, they have such
They
talented ball
do.
players,
Oh,
without a doubt.
unquestionable.
And that's the way
I
they
know,
do it.
but whatever.
And when they are in, I will say, when they, do the most annoying things and they launch the ball forward and they get it up top and they are in the final third, one of the things that they are very good at is possession. And I'm just sort of like, why don't you just do it all over the field at that point? But they
Yeah,
don't,
it's I don't know. It's so frustrating.
which might explain why I don't have a national
Yeah, it could
championship
be.
ring,
Well,
and they
like I
do,
said,
right? It could be.
be damned. What's the ultimate goal? Win games, right? I get it.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So whatever. Okay, end rant.
All right,
Next
next
up,
up.
we're talking about week 3, right? All right, so let me
Yeah.
pull up week 3. All right, week 3, game 1. Milwaukee School of Engineering, MSOE, and Wartburg.
Yeah. I'm a fan. This is a good game.
So
This is a good
last year
game.
they tied 2-2. MSOE was the NACC tournament winner, I think, right? And then they lost in round 1 to Gustavus Adolphus in the tournament. And then they just lost to Chicago this year on a late PK. So they're good. They're a good program. They did very well last year. They won the conference. They made the tournament. And then, today they lost to Chicago in a late PK. Wartburg, last year they won the American Rivers Conference, and then they lost in.
Oh, didn't MSOE just beat
No,
Chicago?
I thought they lost.
I thought they won.
Did I read it wrong? No, I thought they lost to Chicago on the PK. Look it up. Anyway, so
I'm looking
Wartburg
it up.
last year won their conference, made it to the tournament, and then they lost to St. Olaf in the round 1. This year they're 1-2-1. They got a pair of 1-0 losses to McAllister and Augsburg. Two good programs, so nothing to be ashamed of there. And it doesn't impact their league standing, so it's a good test for them. So I think this is another good game for Wartburg. And sure, they could be 1-3-1 at the end of this game, but they're playing good teams. They've got a nice schedule. They've got a nice beginning season schedule to set them up for the American Rivers Conference. Well, hopefully they'll win again and make the tournament.
Oh yeah. I will say, I think I'm a big fan of Coach Harrington. Does a great job out there, year in and year out. MSOE is a really good has a really good team. I mean, they beat Calvin and Hope and then tied North Central, which that to me is a like a step up, right? Like that's playing some real talented teams. And then watching them against Chicago, who I think is not at their best. And then they still can compete. I just don't think they could find the goal. Today was part of their problem. But yeah, I don't know. And Wartburg, I think I watched the Bethel game a little bit, and then I watched a little bit of the Augsburg game because I'm a fan of Augsburg. And yeah, I don't know. They seem to lack a punch.
Fair.
Yeah. Lack a punch.
So
So I'm going to reserve. I will say, just for everyone, now that I'm so good, I'm going to be secretive.
you don't
with my votes.
you don't want anybody riding your coattails now.
Yeah. No coattails on this guy. No.
All right. So last year they tied 2-2. So we'll see what happens this year. It's a good matchup.
Yeah. Good, very, very good matchup. I like this one. Seriously, this was a good. Pick. I like this. I gotta say, this new formatting thing.
This a little bit.
You're sort of like picking these random. It's hard. It's much harder because I'm like, I got to go check those guys out. I haven't seen them in a while.
That's kind of the boat I'm in too. Like, I usually pick a lot. I used to pick a lot of the teams that we talked about a lot on the boards or that were popular, or, you
Hmm.
know, top 20, 25 teams and stuff like that. Bringing this out a little bit, it opens things
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
I, I'm gonna say just make sure that you get St. Lawrence in here at some point by the end of the season.
Did, did,
Otherwise,
didn't
you're in
didn't I have them?
trouble.
Weren't
You
they
are.
in week one?
You did.
Yeah,
Cortland,
yeah,
the
yeah. I
Cortland
got
St.
I got
Lawrence
it out of
game.
the way.
Okay, so you're
I got
safe
it
for
out
a
of the way.
couple weeks. You're safe for yeah until
Yeah,
October. Then you got to
exactly,
start
exactly.
over again.
Oh, it's funny. It's funny because I do have some Liberty games in here, but we'll talk about that when we get to them. Game two. And
It's
this
another
is
good
interesting
one.
because I try and avoid picking the same team multiple weeks close to each other. Like, I have no problem picking a team in like week two and then
Hmm.
putting them back in like week six or whatever. So it's rare that I will pick a team back to back weeks. But
Mm.
I'm doing that because I think it's an interesting matchup, and I'm curious what everybody's going to go with. Connecticut College at Bowdoin. So,
I'm
yeah, go ahead.
without divulging too much. They kind of they their weakness, their inability to score, Connecticut's inability to score was very
Hmm.
clear yesterday whenever they
Right.
played
Yeah.
Amherst. And they look like that is their biggest thing. That they just don't have a
I'm.
finisher. And I thought uh, they're 2-0 and they're Bowdoin is in a
Yeah.
yeah,
I
I
know.
totally agree. Is at 2-0 and they
Colby.
beat
Yeah.
Colby I
Colby two
think
one. Yeah.
2-1 and I don't think they looked bad.
Well,
I
Bowdoin,
was
Bowdoin
like
made a tournament last year.
okay,
That
here's
was, one of those
yeah.
Hamilton-esque, teams. Hamilton and Bowdoin were the two, that we talked
Yeah,
about a
yeah, yeah.
couple times. So,
But I was like, oh, these guys are. I think it's because I've the dearth of quality games that I have
okay.
watched, like really that captured me, was lacking. So maybe I'm just sort of like, oh, so here's something a team that shows some spunk.
But when you think con, you think, okay, top five, top 10 team, right? And
Correct.
when you think
You don't
Bowdoin,
think
you
that
don't
about
think top
Bowden.
five, top 10. You think, okay, yeah, top 25,
Correct.
top 30. It's an SCAC team. They're
Yeah.
they're going to be
Yeah. Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good game. What do you think Connecticut's record against Bowdoin is in the last 14 years? In the last 14 games, because I guess they played,
14.
probably some tournament games. So how
Oh
many
yeah,
how many
no clue.
wins out of 14 do you think they have against Bowdoin in the last 14 matches?
3-11, or actually like 3-1-10, or something like
One.
that. They won
They've
one
beaten
game.
Bowdoin once in the last 14 games.
Wow. Nice stat there. Nice
It could
stat.
be, I don't remember. It could be, one win and 13 ties. I don't think it is, um, but yeah, I mean, for a team
That's
that is a top 5, 10 team, they cannot beat Bowdoin apparently.
14 games in
Yeah, right.
four
Yeah, exactly.
years, when Khan's been a
Yeah,
national champion and a national finalist.
yeah. I know, right?
Damn, I did not know that. That is great stat. Good stat. EJ, you earned your keep
All
this week.
right. Woo. Yeah,
You can
let's look at
come
the
back and do
let's
this
look at the
all over
history here
again.
quickly. So the quick history. Tied 0-0, tied 0-0, tied 1-1, lost 0-1, lost 1-3, won 1-0 in 2019, lost 0-1, tied 0-0, tied 1-1, lost 0-2, lost 1-2, lost 0-2, lost 1-2, tied 0-0. Yeah, a lot of ties in there.
Maybe they got their number. They got
Yeah,
their number,
yeah,
clearly.
right? Crazy.
They
One,
got their number.
one,
That's
7-6
crazy. I would
in the last
1,
14.
7,
1,
6.
7-6.
Wow. All right.
So
I know the score.
yeah,
I
right.
already know it.
Yeah.
We're good. I'm keeping it to
There you
myself.
go. All right, game 3. Next
Next
up,
up.
Elizabethtown at Franklin and Marshall. Franklin and Marshall I had in the pool week 1,
Yeah.
but I'm putting them back in again week 3 because this is the Smith Herb boot game, which is always a cool thing. And Franklin and Marshall's 0-4.
You know, you know how we said the Centennial is wide open,
Right.
where we thought that the Centennial is wide open because the
Right.
usual suspects
Right.
are not doing well. I watched Franklin and Marshall
Okay.
play today against Kenyon. Watched the whole thing. I checked out maybe for like 10 or 15 minutes in the second half. This is not. This is a different Franklin and Marshall team. You know, like they don't have the. I hate to use the word because everybody uses that word, like grit, the grittiness to the way
Okay.
they play, just like this exuberance
Mm-hmm.
to playing and getting forward, seem to be lacking. Granted, they're out in
Oh, they've
Ohio,
had a tough.
far
Yeah,
from
they're
home.
0
I
and
get
4.
all
They've
that.
had a tough schedule. They played
Yeah, yeah,
Stockton,
yeah.
they played
I totally
Rowan,
get
they
it.
played Kenyon, and then
Yeah,
Denison.
they've
Yeah,
been driving all
it's
over.
not an
Not an
easy
over.
4-game start to
Yeah,
the season. Give them props, but
yeah.
they've
But
got 3 goals and given up
but they
11.
looked against a team like Kenyon. They were down 2-0 within the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
10 minutes,
It's
15
not this.
minutes.
It's not this. It's not
So,
your grandfather's F and M, as they would say, right? You know.
yeah, and and Elizabethtown lost to
Yeah,
Ithaca
yeah.
at Ithaca, and then they tied
No,
somebody. They
they beat the
tied.
crap out of Penn State
Oh,
Berks.
PSU,
Right.
Penn State Berks. Yeah, they beat. So
They're 1 and
they're
1.
1-1. But again, I'm going to say this. I just like the Centennial is wide open. This is the time to take on a vulnerable F and
Yeah.
M,
Oh
which
yeah.
under
This is
normal
a
circumstances might
yeah. Oh
throttle you.
well. No, they wouldn't throttle. I mean,
Well, not
this
throttle.
game has
Throttle
always been
is
a
not the
one
right
goal
word,
game.
but
E Town and
yeah,
F and M has always been a 1 goal game because it's a fierce rival. They're 20 minutes apart. It's a fierce rivalry.
yeah.
They play for a boot trophy, and the kids win the
Sodexo,
Sodexo.
a
Yeah, no, they
Sodexo
win.
boot.
It's a gold boot. They win the boot, and
Hmm.
the kids take it out and party with it, and, whatever. Um,
Nice.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
take it
it's
out bar.
yeah,
Drink
exactly.
from
Yeah,
it heavily.
last year they won in E Town won in PKs. The game counted as a the
Oh, so
game
they
counted as
go.
a tie
It count.
for,
I see. Yeah,
but they
but
go
they
to
go to
PKs to
PKs.
determine who
Yeah,
wins the boot. So they
wins
went
the
to
boot.
PKs and E Town won in PKs. Um, after having lost, I think like the previous 5 or 6 years or something like that. So
Yeah.
this is a big game for those two.
Wow.
Yeah,
This is a big
this is a
deal.
big deal.
Big
It's an
deal.
interesting game.
Well, and if you're Franklin and Marshall, you're like, we want the boot, but
We'd
we'd
also
also
like to get a
like to get a
win,
win
right?
in our
Yeah,
column.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Get some points. Yeah.
So I don't know where this one's going to fall.
Interesting. I know
Yeah,
the score, but I'm not telling
you don't
anybody.
know Jack. All right, next
All
game.
right.
Adrian at Manchester.
Go, Adrian.
Adrian. So Adrian. So I don't know what to think about them. So in 2023, they were 1-13-2. In
Hmm.
2024, they were 11-4-2. Phenomenal turnaround.
My unofficial coach of the year, the simple coach of the year was Charlie Miles from
Yeah,
Adrian because he seemingly
they went
turned
from
his
one
program
13-2 to 11-4-2 with
yep,
relatively the same schedule. It wasn't like they,
yeah, yeah.
had a tough
So it
schedule
was
one year and then picked up a bunch of patty cakes
no,
the next year. No, it was a
no,
relatively same schedule.
no,
How are they doing
yeah.
this year? Do you know? Have you looked? Yep, 0-3.
Ofer
0-3.
0-3, yeah.
0-3.
But well, I think they lost 1-0, 2-0,
Yeah.
2-0. So clearly goals Again, it's a
You
game of
gotta,
goals. Why
you
doesn't
gotta put the
anybody
round
listen
thing
to
in the
me?
rectangle.
You got to
Right?
score to
Gotta
win.
put the round thing in the rectangle.
Yeah.
Oh, Manchester. Let's talk about Manchester.
Um,
Manchester was 4-7-5 last year. This year they're not off to a great start. They're 0-1-3.
no,
So
1-3. I mean, they lost to Wabash 2-1, which I thought was okay. You know what? Like, I thought they would be better for some reason. I thought they were going to be a better team, but um, I, this one's tough. This is tough. Like, sometimes it's easier to judge the better, like the better that like it's easier to tell
right.
I think they're better team. When you go down the ladder, it gets harder and harder just to
Well, especially with this
figure
stuff
out
where
what the weaknesses are,
you don't
right?
know
Like,
much about these teams.
yeah, yeah.
But
I I don't know the score, so I'll tell everybody it's going to be
there you go.
0-0.
Fair. Since they can't score goals either. Okay, that works.
Since they can't, yeah,
It's going to be
seems to be the
5-5
issue.
now. Uh,
No, yeah, totally,
which, by the
totally. It's
way,
going to blow up the
let's go
pool.
back for a minute to this week. I watched the Hartwick Kings game. I did.
You did. I
I
did
watched
not.
Hartwick and Kings. The second half, I saw 3-3. Entertaining
Nice.
game. Not the greatest game, but highly entertaining. And
Yeah.
props to the student announcer who does the Hartwick play-by-play.
Uh-huh.
I thought he was going to
Yeah.
stroke out the entire game. He was
It's
right.
a
Yes,
throw in. It's
that's
a throw in
exactly
for
what it
Iowa.
was. Like you would have thought that how when you watch the Winter Olympics, like the guys like doing like the luge, like make it seem like it's the greatest event ever. You're
Yeah.
like, oh my god, the
Great.
luge is the
Oh
best
yeah.
event ever because
Yeah.
of the guys announcing it. Dude, this kid made this
Yeah.
game so exciting. Props for him. Good job. I enjoyed listening to him.
I like the enthusiastic
Yeah,
students that do them. You get like the two polar opposites. Never sort of anyone in the middle. You get the ones who are just like they're like fan first. Like I'm rooting
right.
my team. I don't care. I like those guys, and then you get the other side who are just like
Yeah,
too nervous on
like
them. Like I
throw
don't know
in
what to say.
yellow number 4.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Throw in number
yeah.
4.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
this guy was he was great. He was fun to listen to. I enjoyed it. He made watching the game entertaining, and it was an entertaining game. It was 3-3 game. Yeah,
I forgot to
yeah,
watch that one. I had like 7 games
yeah.
up. I got my third screen, my second computer, third
Nice.
screen
There you
working.
go.
So I watched Edgewood
Okay.
earlier, but anyhow. Um,
All right. Should we move into the next game for next week?
yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Next one.
Next one.
This is a
John
good one.
Carroll at Carnegie Mellon.
Speaking of Edgewood.
Yeah. Who? Someone just played them.
John Carroll is 3-1,
lost to
and they
Edgewood. Yeah,
lost to
that was it.
Edgewood until
First game of the season, right?
to
Yeah.
open the season.
Yeah, they're 3-1. So the
Yeah,
last
yeah,
8
yeah.
meetings between these two teams, they were all either draws or 1-goal victories. Either way. So these guys they play each other tight every.
They are at
Carnegie Mellon.
Mellon. Carnegie Mellon's
Yep.
2-0-2.
They had a nice win over Otterbein this weekend, 3-1.
Yeah. I will say they tied Allegheny. Allegheny is like, relegation zone. No, at least for me.
Yep. All right, we're good. All right.
Back to John Carroll, Carnegie Mellon. So I was saying Carnegie Mellon, or Carnegie Mellon.
Carnegie Mellon
tied Allegheny, and I'm like,
yeah, but was it a tie where they like outshot them 40-1 or something?
I thought they were maybe 20-1.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a bad luck game. I remember watching some games like that, and it was like, you know what? They just unlucky. One of those days.
But they did beat BW and Otterbein. That's pretty good. I will say John Carroll is, I think, I'll just say precarious spot, right? They're moving to the NCAC, which is going to be brutal, right?
Yeah.
Like for them, they're not going to be used to it. Um, I don't think they're looking as good as I thought John Carroll would be look. But again, that's everybody.
Right.
That John Carroll's going to, and I have not watched Carnegie Mellon. Maybe I'll go
Are
back and watch the Allegheny game.
are you are you really thinking that teams just aren't playing that well, or are you just getting older and you're like the get off my lawn type person now?
I'm totally the get off my lawn person. No, you know what? So because I'm a self reflective kind of guy. Like if I have an opinion, I challenge my own opinions, which creates
Hmm.
like a total mess upstairs. But I've asked myself countless times, and I did that video around D3, the opening week, my
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
impressions,
Right.
where it was kind of like a real downer. You were right. You're right. Total downer. Last week I was kind of down, like, and I was looking for validation or to be proven wrong. Not proven wrong,
Hmm.
but you know what I mean. Like,
But
no,
yeah, I know
I
what you
think
mean.
I've
Yeah,
been
yeah.
watching great games and this and that and the other, and a lot. I'm surprised at the number of people who actually chimed in and be like, "Yeah, it's just there's something not."
So I wonder if it'll stick like that throughout the season and makes the
Well,
tournament all that more exciting,
that's the other thing,
right?
right? Like, hey, we're
Any
just
anybody's
yeah, it could be anybody's game. They gotta, they still got to get into the season. Once the conferences start, what's it going to look like? All that stuff. I
Yeah,
totally
and
get
this is
that.
still to me this is still preseason.
Yeah,
It really does, for the most part these don't really matter
yeah. Especially
for
for
a lot
most
of for a
teams.
lot of teams. For a lot
For a
of
lot
teams,
of
right?
teams, they're
Right.
it's tournament or bust, right? Like it's
Right.
their
Right. Yeah.
conference
Right, right.
tournament or bust, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, that explains my position on
All
John
right.
Carroll and so
All
many
right.
others, so many others. So many.
All right. All right.
But I know because I got 50 points today. Last,
That's right.
so I
Yeah.
know. Listen to
You
me.
do. I'm listening to you.
All right.
In one year out the other.
Yeah, yeah.
Next game.
You're, just, you're fired. I'm reviewing your contract. We're done.
Next game.
Next game.
Suffolk at Hartford. So Hartford is our other Division 1 to Division 3 team
Yeah.
as of recent. I did Hartwick last week, and this week I'm doing Hartford. Suffolk they've won 11 games each of the last 3 seasons. They're a decent team. They tied Amherst this year. They're
Yeah.
1-1-1.
And to use my favorite word, they made Amherst look kind of pedestrian.
Pedestrian, yeah, there you
Mm-hmm.
go. Hartford, 2023 was their first year in D3. They went
Yeah.
4-8-2. Last year they went 10-5-3. This is year 3. They're 1-0-1.
Yeah.
They
I,
tied and they tied
on the
Connecticut
women's side,
College.
they're really good.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah. Um, this is an interesting matchup. I I've had Hartford kind of on my radar for a while
Yeah.
because I keep thinking I went and visited there. It is it's a D1 school with and playing D3, right? Like it's
Yeah.
like that big, it's large. Facilities are outstanding. Um and so I'm of the mind that they're sort of out of the Division 1 because they were really struggling Division 1, right? They just couldn't compete
Mm.
with. I mean, I think the year that they made the announcement, they were 1-4 right. They were 1-13
Right.
or
Right.
something, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm just wondering if this is not the time where they go up. They tied on Tuesday. They tied Con.
Yeah. I mean, so. This is the game. Like Suffolk tied Amherst,
Yeah,
Hartford tied Con.
yeah. Like okay,
Right.
this
I
could
mean,
be
they got outshot
yeah.
22-0,
Yeah,
but
but they missed Connecticut missed the goal.
right.
Um, but yeah, like I start to think like, okay, maybe there's something to this team. I'm not saying that they're going to go and if they play
No.
Con 10 times in a row, they're not going to win all 10 or
No.
tie
No.
all
No.
10.
No.
No, no. But maybe they got something this year. So
Yeah. Yeah.
now who wins of these two? I have not the faintest idea. So I'm going to say 1-1.
Okay.
So everyone take notes. 1-1.
Take notes. Take notes. Take notes. All
I'm
right.
starting to lose my knowledge of the game. I noticed the higher the number, the lower my IQ goes. I got to work on that.
You
I
got
got
to
to
work on
fix
that.
that. I got to work on
Yeah,
that. All right,
for
this is a
sure.
good one.
So my first Liberty League team for this week, because I have two of them. Hobart at Rochester. Hobart's
What?
3-0.
Why did you pick this particular one? Is there a rationale?
I like this game because I think they're both decent teams.
Mm-hmm.
They play each other a lot. They've played 77 times. Um, and I think this is kind of a litmus test to see how good is Hobart, and is Rochester going to be one of the better UAA schools, because I think that division's wide open.
Yeah, and I think it still is. So I watched them play Cortland when they lost 4-0, and I just
Mm-hmm.
thought, like, this is going to
Rochester.
be
His first game
about
was one
yeah,
of
first game.
no, yeah,
It was 4-0. I
yeah.
thought Cortland just sort of picked away.
That game must have been at Cortland, because I know
It was at
Rochester is the
Rochester.
right. Well, aren't they the original paywall?
Well, I have my means. I have my
You got
ways.
your okay. All right, fair enough.
I'm a YouTube influencer.
That's I forget. I forget sometimes when
You
I hear
should
you
not.
speak. I forget.
You should not
Sometimes.
forget. You should not forget. They. So I thought they got picked apart, and they just looked
Mhm.
less than pedestrian. My favorite word. And Hobart's 3-0.
Hobart's 3-0, and they haven't conceded.
3-0, undefeatable right now.
Yeah,
Like, you don't, right?
right. Is Hobart for real?
Is Hobart? I don't know. I have not. I tried to watch the Kane game that they played, because I have a simple player number 1 played with a kid who's a forward on Kane, but I did not get a chance to.
There was a comment on the boards, I think it was today, about the Liberty and how they're not ready to. One of the St. Lawrence guys, I'm not ready to write off Vassar as the Liberty leader, which, even though they just lost,
Yeah.
which I get, but is Hobart somebody
They could.
to challenge, right?
Yeah. Totally could.
Right.
Look, until it proves otherwise, and Vassar just lost, by the way. We're going down a tangent,
Right.
but until proven otherwise, Vassar always finds a way to stub its toe at the most inopportune times.
Right. Well, that's the old Vassar.
Until proven otherwise.
Right.
So, but we're not talking about Vassar.
No.
So, yeah, this could in a number of conferences, this could be a year for the guys who are just sort of like always knocking on the door, just can't really measure, and because everyone seems to have come down a notch.
Right.
I don't know what it is, but
I haven't really seen. Granted, we've only been through 2 weeks, and I haven't seen a whole lot. But I don't see anybody running away with anything right now. As like, okay, this is going to be the team to beat in the conference.
Yeah, I just don't. Yeah, I'm not. That's what makes it hard. I think that's what makes it hard, because then you could do like even relatively measuring teams. Like, okay, who did you play? What were the scores? Okay, that gives me a sense as to where you're at. And then you compare it to another team. Who did you play? What were your scores?
Right.
And you sort of can make. Right now, it just feels like total scrambled eggs right now. Like, it just doesn't. Some of the scores don't make sense to me. Like, again, it's first game of the season. Totally get, like, because we just talked about Suffolk Amherst. Like, I don't understand that score.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
You know, I don't. It, to me, shouldn't be. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. Should
Right.
never
No,
be.
yeah,
So,
totally agree.
so, and I think
Right.
that's my problem right now with some of these teams. Is like the comparative is really hard.
Right. I get it. I mean, you look, you just assume that the certain teams are going to be the best, the better teams in certain conferences, and so
Hmm.
far, those teams are not living up to that hype or
Yeah,
expectation.
yeah.
So maybe
Or the
it's
standard, right? Like it's just
well,
the
the standard,
standard.
right? Yeah.
Yeah,
So maybe it's open for
yeah,
open for somebody else.
yeah. So
Doors
I know
open.
the score on this one, and
Okay.
I'm going with Hobart 2-0.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm really. I didn't think Rochester looked good at all.
Okay.
So
All right. Fair enough.
we'll just keep that quiet.
All right.
Oh, and by the
Uh,
way, that
yeah.
probably means so. I've told you this.
No, because
I am I am blocked by the Rochester women's team on Exeter. How that I have no. Maybe because I made jokes about their paywall.
did you disparage them too
I
many
don't
times?
too many times, and so I got
Because
the.
because you used to really dig into
Oh, totally.
Rochester in the
Yeah,
beginning,
yeah. Well,
like,
University of
years
Paywall.
ago. Yeah.
University of Paywall.
Yeah.
But there's so many University of Paywalls, Paywall
Now I
College.
know.
Like it's almost like one big monopoly.
I know.
Kind of like the Johnson and Wales up in Rhode Island, and then down in
Oh, there's like four of them, right?
four of
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So same thing.
Yeah.
So it's lost its punch. But so maybe I'll get banned by the men's team now.
Yeah.
Blocked by the men's team.
Block.
I mean, blocked. I can't believe I get blocked in soccer. I get blocked. Some these promotion relegation guys in MLS. They blocked me. They block me. Like what? Who blocks anybody in soccer? You know what I mean? Like
Right.
I
Funny.
don't get me started. Don't get me
Influencing. You
started.
carry a
My
lot of weight. You
influencing.
didn't want people listening to you.
Yeah, yeah, right. Anyhow,
That's what it is. Yeah.
all right. Next
All right.
one. This is it.
Next.
And you did this one because I said something, I think.
Well, I teased you on this because I said, ironically enough, I mean, nobody's gonna know what we're talking about because you didn't record last week. But
Yeah. What did you say? I didn't hear that.
yeah,
Bad.
yeah. But but I did have this one because I've already got I've already got a lot of games picked out for next couple weeks. But this one I did actually have on the schedule. It's Emory at Barry. So we talked about Barry, and I think I mentioned last week. I'm like Barry's got like there's something interesting about that. They have like the biggest campus in the
You
country or
remember?
whatever.
Yeah.
And they have the world's largest campus. It's 27,000 acres.
Wait, are you serious? You're being serious
Yeah,
right now?
Barry's campus is 27,000 acres. They have more deer on campus
Then
than they
people?
have than people. They have 2,100 students. They have more deer than students on that campus.
And they're in Georgia?
Rome, Georgia.
For real? Like
Yeah,
27,000 acres? What is that?
that's
Like
what. Yeah, it's the
Sherman
world's
gave it to
largest
him?
campus.
Like,
Yeah,
oh, holy mackerel. I did not know. See, you learn something
yeah,
new every day.
yeah.
And
Not just this is not just a
this,
soccer podcast. We're doing some
we're
education here.
yeah, because we're
We're
like,
educating people
we're
right now.
educated. Yeah. High is college.
Yep,
Um,
yep. So Emory is what appears to be the cream of the crop right now. The
yeah,
UAA,
yeah.
right? They're 4-0,
Yeah, totally.
10 goals for, one against. They
Yeah.
played a couple good teams. Um, Emory's only one. I'm sorry, Barry 1-0-3. The last 10 matchups, I mean, they've been tight. Emory's 6-4 the last 10 games.
Yeah.
So Emory and Barry seem to play pretty tight games. So this should be, you would think, should be a competitive game.
I mean, they tied Lynchburg. I don't
Emory
know.
did, yeah.
No, Barry.
Barry,
Did.
yeah,
I just don't
yeah.
know what Lynchburg looks like this year. 2-0-2, but Um,
I watched
yeah,
some
I
of
don't.
that game.
This
St.
one
Mary
I'm
went for
totally
St.
lost
Mary's.
on. I am totally lost.
Yeah.
I mean, not on Emery. Emery's the. I think the right now
You got
is
to
the
be a
runaway. Is the
buyer of
runaway
Emery
on.
right now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Totally, totally.
you got to be buying Emery.
Yeah,
The question is, does Barry give them a game at home?
yeah,
Barry's home. Does Barry give them a game when traditionally they do?
yeah.
So
They
it's
get up
usually a
for it.
good game,
Clearly,
right?
clearly get up for
It's
it.
usually a good game, but is
Yeah,
Emery that much better this year?
yeah. I don't know.
So
Emery's. Wow, they scored. They dropped 6 on Wisconsin Lutheran today. I saw that like 3 seconds. It was like 4-0. I was like, I'm not watching
okay,
anymore. I'm not
right,
watching.
right.
Yeah, you know what? I think this might be too much to handle. I just
I
think
think so too,
it,
but
it's on
I
a
mean, I'm curious.
Saturday evening, so it's not like a midweek game, in
Right,
Stoke. Nah, I think this might be too much for Barry to
for
handle.
Barry. Yeah, I'd be surprised if Emery didn't win,
Yeah.
but A, stranger things have happened. B, um,
What's the score?
well, yeah, I mean, this is one of those games where maybe everybody picks Emery, but yeah, I mean, somebody
Yeah,
gets an extra 10 points.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So,
All right.
all right, next one.
Oof. This next one. I'm gonna make
The
not friends
the
today.
the 0-3 Messiah Falcons play at Salisbury. So I had this one on my radar, regardless of what happened this year, because Salisbury always gives Messiah fits.
Yeah.
Last year, Salisbury beat him 3-1. In 2023, they tied 1-1. For whatever reason, Salisbury gives Messiah games.
Mm-hmm.
Messiah is 0-3 right now, and they play Dickinson midweek, so they could, in theory, be 0-4. Salisbury is 1-2-2, so they're not having the best start to the season. But they
And
just lost to Washington today.
I will say they are legitimately struggling to get
Messiah,
Messiah. They're
yeah,
legitimately struggling to sort of this is weird like re-anchor themselves into what made them really good. And
yeah,
and you just I'll just say it just seems like I watch them play. It just seems like there's a lot of doubt in what they're doing.
hmm
Like you used to think they would play full of conviction of what they're doing. Now they just don't. Almost look like a shell of themselves.
I wonder if Messiah's days are numbered, and by that I mean they they haven't been the top 10 team in the last couple of years.
Yeah, totally could
Like
be.
I don't think they frighten anybody anymore. Like you
Yeah,
never wanted to
yeah,
play Messiah.
yeah, yeah.
Now you're
That
like,
I agree
yeah,
with.
I'm not worried. Like, even if they turn it around, they win their next 10 games.
Yeah,
I'm still at that point. I think I think the bubble is burst, and I no
yeah,
longer say, well, it's Messiah.
yeah, 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 yeah. Don't get me wrong. I still what are they? Freedom, Commonwealth. I can never
Yeah,
remember one or the
yeah,
other.
one of those. Yeah, yeah.
I still think they get into conference. They roll through the conference.
Well, because they have a weak
Yeah,
conference.
yeah. Oh, you're in such trouble. That's EJ,
I'm sorry.
everybody. EJAY. You can find him on d3boards.com.
Yeah,
DM him. He loves receiving that kind of mail.
yeah.
No, but I agree. I don't think they cause fits on teams who are going to play them. Like, oh my god, we got to prepare. We got to figure out how we're going to stop them.
Right.
I and that's few years. That has been a few
It's been the
years.
last couple of years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it seems like this year it's totally um it's materialized or it's gotten to a point where it's like it's can't ignore it anymore as much.
Right.
So
Yeah, yeah.
um yeah. I and they're at Salisbury, they're in Maryland.
Right. But like this is a game. Like 5 years ago would have been like, oh, Messiah's going to win this 3-0.
Correct.
And now you're like, oof, I don't know.
I don't know where it's coming
Yeah,
from.
I
I
don't
don't know
know.
where their
Right.
goals are coming from. I mean,
Right.
has Messiah scored?
Yeah. Yeah, they
They
just
have.
lost 4-3 the other day.
They
Yeah.
just lost four
Yeah.
three. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
5-4 or whatever it was. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know. This is breaks my heart because I still. You asked me who plays the
Right.
or
Oh,
tries to
yeah.
play the best
Right.
way.
Yeah.
Like I would say Messiah, but they need.
Yeah.
I mean, you can rattle them off over the last 3 years. They need another Matt McDonald up top. Like they just need all
But
these spots. And you
I,
can, yeah,
that to me, that's always a bogus argument. Like, everybody needs a striker. Come
yeah.
on. They say that about like the U.S. needs a Messi. Of course they do. Everybody does.
I'm here. Why aren't they
Right.
calling me?
Right.
Yeah, that I agree with.
So
It's just hard. It's hard to see. It's hard to see. It
yeah.
always,
Yeah.
it's hard to see. So,
I hear you.
all right,
All right. Last
another
game.
interesting one.
So this is the other Liberty team, also going up to Rochester,
Yeah,
right? Clarkson and RIT. This is the game for humanity. I don't know what that means.
is that what they're calling this game?
That's what they're calling it. Yeah, I assume it's some kind of fundraiser. It's the game for humanity. It's also the Liberty League opener.
Yeah.
And Clarkson's head coach, Carter Lincoln, returns
See, the
after a 2-year
assistant?
stint. He was a coach. He left and went to Syracuse as an assistant, and then just
That's
came
right.
back.
Yeah,
And then just came back.
yeah. Interesting.
RIT's young. They've only got 4 starters that return. Clarkson has all 11 starters coming back. So this is so we talked
This,
about Hobart.
yeah,
So but let's talk about Clarkson. Clarkson is 2-1. They have all 11 starters coming back.
yeah,
Are they a team to consider?
yeah. Well, that's the hard thing to tell about them because every time you sort of give them the benefit of the doubt, they would crumble midway through the season.
So last year they missed the playoffs. They missed the Liberty playoffs
Yeah,
last year. Their record last year 7-2-8.
8. Yeah,
Two losses all season, and they couldn't make the tournament. Their conference tournament.
yeah. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is the year. I don't know. I like I said,
You got to
every
think.
time.
Think of it. I mean, think of it. They lost. They only lost 2 games, and they're returning the same team, right?
And wait, let me just see. And if I think that's which is a dangerous thing for me to do.
Don't do that.
Well, and if there's going to be a year, this is going to be the year.
Oh, for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you
Yeah.
return your entire starting lineup
Your entire starting lineup is
for a team that only lost 2 games,
yeah. This is it.
this is it.
Yeah, this is it.
This is it. They turn those 8 ties into wins. That
Yeah.
puts them at 15-2.
Well, all I say is you either score one or you take away one from the other team. You do
Right.
that. Now your record's looking a lot different, and
Right.
it could put them in the MPI territory, right? I don't know
Yeah.
the numbers, but like it could if they were capable of doing that. And so far, it seems like they are, right? They're, I mean, they tied Oswego, and Oswego's pretty good, but they go to their Hansfield is their home, right? So they face Canton. That should be a win. And then they go to Rochester. That's it. It's probably about 4 hours for them.
Is it that far?
3 hours maybe.
Rochester, maybe 3 hours. Rochester's pretty far up.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I know Clarkson's like in Canada, but
Yeah. Yeah. It's yeah. That's a tough Saturday midday. I wonder, do they travel the night before now?
No,
No,
they'll go up that morning.
that
They'll leave at
morning.
7 or 8 in the morning,
Yeah,
whatever it is. Yeah,
that's an interesting one. I'm gonna watch this
yeah,
one. This is
yeah. It's a good
interesting,
one, I think.
and
Yeah,
it's two again. These are two teams that are like right
right.
there. Like they could have years. You know what I mean? Like this could be a year. This could be a year
Yeah.
for them. I don't know the score though, so I will not tell anyone
Okay. All right.
what I
Good,
will
because
be
I
divining.
wasn't listening. I was looking out the window.
Yeah,
What are my dog? What are my dogs
yeah.
up
Doug's
to?
yeah. That's a good one. I really do.
Yeah.
Oh, you still there? Oh, jeez
Yeah.
almighty. Still there?
I'm here.
What's going on? I see. This is why we didn't record.
Oh, yeah, I hear
Uh, um, okay.
you.
This
So
was a
there you
good
go.
one. This was a good, interesting week. Another one. These are hard.
Yeah.
These are legit
Yeah.
hard. Like these are legit hard. Like I said, I like what you've done. I like how you've picked them now. Just sort of
Yeah.
not
It
the
changes things up. Yeah. I
changes
mean,
things up.
when we get towards the end of the tournament,
I
the
think yeah, you're
last
not
couple
going to
weeks
be
of the
able to
season,
avoid those.
you
Yeah,
can't not. Yeah. You
yeah,
can't not put in
yeah, yeah,
those
yeah,
conference games.
yeah. That matter.
Right.
All you know, it's everything is on the line, and for
Right.
one team or the other. Yeah.
Right.
So, um,
But
all
yeah.
right.
So for now, good luck.
All right. So, housekeeping. Link will be down below. It'll be posted d3soccer.fans. We got to get EJ a hat, a Division 3 hat, not some D1 or bust hat.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
D3 hat. And
Yeah.
I shall work my magic.
There you go.
Because I carry power and influence.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
All right, Eric, EJ, it was great as always. We'll
Yeah.
let's aim
Good
for
talk.
50. Let's break the 50.
I'll
Maybe
post it onto the boards and yeah, hope for the best.
maybe Bizarro Complex coach makes an appearance this week.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
That'll put us over the threshold.
Yeah, exactly.
There's ways we can make this work. We'll
You can
get
do some
50.
Facebook advertising or something.
Yeah. Look, 20,000 participants.
Yeah. I'm not keeping track of that.
All right, brother.
All right. Good
I'll
stuff.
see ya.
See you.